the CNBC app. Download it today.
The greatest thing about Squawk Box is we get to talk to some of the brightest, some of the smartest, some of the most important people on the planet on a daily basis.
It's more entertaining than any other morning show, but you actually might get some useful information.
So if I had more money to invest, I would invest it.
This is really cool.
For me, Squawk Box is breakfast with the most interesting people in the world.
You're the best thing in the morning. How's that?
It's a privilege to get to talk to them every day.
Squawk Box, weekday mornings, 6 Eastern, CNBC.
The target is set. By the end of the decade, China wants 40% of all vehicles on its roads to be electric. Is that achievable? And who will be the biggest players? We find out on Managing Asia's Sustainable Future. Welcome to Managing Asia. I'm Christine Tan. In this episode, I speak to Chinese billionaire William Li, founder and CEO of electric car maker NIO Inc.
大家好.
William Li, or Li Bin, as he's known in China, is a serial entrepreneur with a sociology degree from Beijing University. He founded NIO just 7 years ago. And in that short space of time, it has become a powerhouse in China's premium electric vehicle market, rivaling Tesla. In 2018, the company became the first Chinese electric automaker to go public in the US, and further expansion is clearly on the cards. I caught up with William at the Credit Suisse Supertrends virtual conference. William, thank you so much for joining us. Good talking to you. You founded a company in 2014. In the last 7 years, NIO has grown from a startup to one of the largest EV makers in China. Looking back at your journey, what motivated you to get into the EV business?
第一个的话呢是
First, in 2012, the air quality in China was really bad. I thought that we needed to do something to start a new business that's good for the environment. There should be a clean energy car, a smart electric car that people will fall in love with. Secondly, I've been working in the internet sector for over 10 years and ran a website for the car industry. It was through this experience that I realized that we really need to bring changes to how customers are served. There needs to be a complete change to the user experience for car buyers. An important driving force is how brands and users are able to interact with each other through the internet. We had the opportunity to create a community that's centered on the cars.
William has turned that vision into a reality with NIO House, a combination of showroom and clubhouse where customers can come together for coffee and take courses. Even children have their own play areas. In short, NIO is setting itself apart from rivals like Tesla by building a community of loyal vehicle owners.
Of course, Tesla is a company that I have a lot of respect for. Of course, they've achieved so much. But NIO does not want to be another Tesla. What we want is to build a community that starts off with the car, where the customers can share their joy and grow together. Even though we make a premium smart EV, we want to give users changes in their life that's more than just a car.
Since the beginning, NIO has been focused on the SUV premium EV segment. But that changed in January 2021 when it launched its first flagship sedan, the ET7, putting it head-to-head with Tesla's best-selling Model 3. Now that you have the ET7, will it allow NIO to claim top position in the EV market in China soon?
In China, our average selling price is now $20,000 higher than Tesla's mainstream models, but our performance is better than their high-end models, such as the Model X or Model S. With more products coming to the market, we will have NIO cars that are in direct competition with the Model 3 or Model S. I believe our sales will get even better.
长期来讲，还是那句话。
In the long run, we will inevitably compete with Tesla, but our user base might be different from theirs. We are very confident in the growth of our user base. And I would like to add that while we are competitors with Tesla, we are competitors/friends. This is a term my son told me. He is only 5 years old. He said, "Dad, Tesla and you are competitors/friends, and not just competitors." I think that's a sharp observation. The mission that NIO and Tesla both share is to convert more users in the segment from buying petrol-fueled cars to electric cars. This is our common mission.
So, William, you say you're friends with Tesla. So, would you want to beat your friend in the Chinese EV market for top position?
I know this is kind of tricky for translation. Competitors versus competitors/friends. In Chinese, it is only a difference of one word. There will be competition, and of course, I certainly hope we are number one.
Number one in the market, how soon? This year? Next year?
We still have a long way to go. 我们还需要一些时间。
We need more time. Tesla is doing really well this year. In the China market, they are doing well. NIO came to market 10 years later than Tesla. We will need a bit more time to compete with Tesla.
Investing in batteries and charging infrastructure is very critical to your business, William. Last August, I understand you launched a battery swap service that allows your customers to actually exchange their depleted batteries for a fully charged one. Tell me why you think this is a better option compared to the traditional plug and charge.
Battery has limited lifespan and other constraints. If we make the cost of a battery in the form of rental, it will be helpful to convert more people from using petrol-fueled cars to electric cars. We can't go to the users and tell them that charging is not expensive, so you go buy a battery and bear the risks. Risks such as battery degradation, battery failure, and when the capacity of a battery reduces to 60 or 70% of its original capacity after 10 years of usage. What should users do then? We need to answer these questions for our users.
And the answer NIO came up with is its battery as a service subscription, which lets customers buy vehicles without batteries and instead renting them for a monthly fee. They can then charge, upgrade, or exchange depleted batteries for a fully charged one at any of NIO's power swap stations. So, William, you've made it really convenient for the user, but for NIO, is it now an additional source of revenue for you?
Overall, we are still in the investment stage. But if you look at the full life cycle of a car, especially when it becomes a second-hand or third-hand car, it will require additional services and relevant fees. In the long run, this would be a source of revenue for us.
These days, William, like all automakers, your production is being constrained by the global chip supply shortage. What is the situation now? Do you see an end to this supply fallout?
Indeed. From the fourth quarter of last year, I think that every car company has faced the challenge of the chip shortage. We are no exception. It affects so many parts of the car. Our ES8 model requires 1,500 chips per car, all kinds of chips. Luckily, our total volume is relatively small. We delivered more than 8,000 cars last month. It is a very small portion for the entire car industry. We managed to balance and meet our supply chain needs. It is indeed a big challenge, but our supply chain team has done very well. We scoured around the world for chips, and we had to use some substitute chips in some areas. It's been tough.
You hopeful that this shortfall can be rectified soon?
It is going to take some time. Expanding chip production is not easy, especially the chips for cars. Recently, we've seen the pandemic getting worse in some countries, which makes the situation even more challenging. I think it's going to take a while. It won't be a quick recovery.
Don't go anywhere. More with William Li, founder and CEO of NIO.
I never expect NIO to achieve or even come close to their level of sales in such a short time. I believe this is going to be a very long process.
Managing Asia will be right back.
What are you two smiling about?
Telehealth care for erectile dysfunction, consultations start at $25. Licensed providers, medications with free shipping. Get your smile back.
Buying a house is complicated and confusing, especially now. That's why who you work with matters.
Together with HomeLight, we find solutions for every buyer. Our team helps you get the home you love every time.
The American spirit, inherently competitive, always driven with a hunger, ambition, and an appetite to succeed. The pursuit of prosperity can be unpredictable and thrilling. From breakthroughs to breakdowns, the launches and the crashes. Perseverance is paramount. Knowledge essential.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Squawk Box here on CNBC.
That's what drives us. It's in our DNA to provide the information you need wherever you are to propel your dreams forward.
Welcome back to Managing Asia, Sustainable Future.
今天我们来了挪威。
After finding success in its own market, Chinese electric car maker NIO is heading overseas to Norway, where it hopes to gain a foothold into Europe. You are using Norway as a springboard to get into the rest of Europe. What's the next market you're targeting to get into next? Germany?
We will enter more markets in Europe next year. Germany is on the list of countries we want to go into. We have already appointed our Europe CEO, who is working on our plans there.
How quickly could you grow in Europe? What's the roadmap for Europe looking like?
This is a long-term project that requires a long-term mindset. We have to be patient. This is a big challenge. For us, sales is never the most important thing. User satisfaction of our products and services is forever the #1 priority. For example, in the third quarter, one of the most important tasks for us is to ensure that the first batch of users in Norway are happy with their cars and services when they receive the delivery. We have set a target to get their feedback. This is what we care about the most. I believe the sales will reflect that.
Expanding into Europe, William, also means you have to go head-to-head with well-established local brands like Volkswagen, BMW, who are also getting into EVs in a big way. Even Tesla itself is losing ground against these strong European rivals. You think NIO can be more successful than Tesla in Europe?
Starting last year, we saw strong momentum from Europe's EV market. Volkswagen, Mercedes and Audi have all been actively rolling out new products and have had great success. We've seen their growing ambitions. Tesla is trying to prove itself too, but of course, they've encountered challenges from some local European brands. I never expect NIO to achieve or even to come close to their level of sales in such a short time. This is going to be a very long process. I believe one day we will have the opportunity to obtain a decent market share, but this is going to be a very long process.
Give me an idea, how long is long-term for you?
We've seen some Chinese companies, including Xiaomi and Huawei, that have proven themselves in the European markets. Of course, Huawei is facing some setbacks, but they did prove themselves in Europe in the past. It took those smartphone businesses 5 to 6 years to have some success in Europe. I think we might need 10 years to prove ourselves.
You're working on bringing NIO's products and services to the US market. What's holding you back? The trade tension between Beijing and Washington?
Back in 2015, we set up our office in San Jose. Now we have several hundreds of our colleagues working there to build the NIO businesses. Starting from 2017, we've been thinking how we can better provide services and products to the US. We are close to finding the answers to many of these questions. Some will need more time. We will need a bit more time. Now, when I meet my colleagues and friends from the US, one question they ask the most is, when will NIO come to the US? I think Tesla is a success story in China. We hope to take our successful products and services in China to the United States.
William, what about the rest of Asia? Have you forgotten about us?
We certainly have such plans. I have many friends in Singapore. They ask me, are you coming to Singapore? But Singapore is slightly complicated because it needs right-hand drive cars. Of course, we are making the necessary preparations. We hope to enter more countries early rather than late. One important plan in our Phase 2 development in the next 3 to 5 years is to expand our business globally. We have established relevant departments that focus on global business expansion. As I have said before, be patient, keep a long-term mindset, and work towards our goal step by step.
William, how exactly will you fund all this overseas expansion? There's a lot of chatter in the market right now. You might be exploring a secondary listing in Hong Kong. Is this something you're seriously considering?
From the legal perspective, we are qualified to go public on another market. But we need to evaluate market conditions and various conditions. So far, we don't have any information to share.
How much of your revenue do you want to see coming from overseas?
Over the long term, I think our main source of revenue will still be China. I think if you look at Volkswagen, China is still its biggest source of revenue. I believe in the not-too-distant future, China will overtake the United States as Tesla's top source of revenue. After all, China is the world's biggest car market. We are headquartered in China. No doubt, China is our main market. For overseas markets, we have a long-term strategy. It would take us 5 years, 10 years, or even 20 years to materialize. I don't think the international market will be our main source of income in the near term.
Coming up, more with William Li of NIO.
If our cash flow was disrupted for a day, we could very well have to file for bankruptcy.
Managing Asia will be right back.
They call it the right stuff. Get up and go. Fire in the belly. We call it ambition. The drive that starts with an itch, an idea. It turns a dream into a plan. Takes aim at success and never looks back. So if you want to get there, you can start right here. CNBC. Live ambitiously.
For me, Squawk Box is breakfast with the most interesting people in the world.
It's a privilege to get to talk to them every day.
It's more entertaining than any other morning show, but you actually might get some useful information.
Squawk Box, weekday mornings, 6 Eastern, CNBC.
Hey guys, I'm Aaron Marino, co-founder of Tiege Hanley, a simple and effective skincare system for men. Our proprietary formulas are based on cutting-edge peptide technology, which improves the function and appearance of your skin from the inside out. Learn more at Tiege.com.
We've been spending a lot more time than ever at home these days. Maybe now you've just noticed cold air coming in from a couple windows, which means you're losing heat in the winter, losing cooling in the summer, losing money. Now is the time for new windows and patio doors from Renewal by Andersen. And right now, when you buy one window or patio door, get one at 40% off. Plus, there's no money down, no payments for 12 months, and no interest for 12 months.
1-800-203-7194.
Anyone who's ever sold a home can tell you it is really hard. That's why who you work with matters. Together with HomeLight, we've helped thousands of people sell faster and for the best price.
Welcome back to Managing Asia Sustainable Future. We're talking to William Li, founder and CEO of Chinese EV group NIO. It's the fourth company he's founded. So I had to ask the serial entrepreneur what he believes is the secret behind his success.
For all businesses and entrepreneurs, we are like the seeds. In order for the seeds to grow into big trees, we need good soil and the right timing. Aside from all of these, of course, for an entrepreneur, I think the desire to keep going, keep innovating, and stay committed to your vision is very important. It's more than just to make more money, but to create a better vision. Of course, you also need a sprinkle of luck.
And there has been some speed bumps along the way, most notably the amount of money raised in its 2018 IPO.
We wanted to raise $2 billion, but we only got $1.1 billion. In other words, we wanted to secure funding for the next 2 years, but we only got the money for 1 year. This is a huge challenge for a company that needs large capital input like ours. Subsequently, we had other setbacks. We had to recall the batteries for 4,800 cars. And we had a high turnover in our team. We were perhaps just 1 day away from becoming bankrupt. If our cash flow was disrupted for just 1 day, we could very well have to file for bankruptcy. But we were lucky and we held on. In the fourth quarter of 2019, which was the most difficult period of time, we delivered more than 8,000 cars and managed to get more than 3 billion yuan of cash flow. Without the money, we wouldn't have been able to stage a comeback in 2020. This is why I am confident and what drives me forward. The model of being an enterprise for users has worked. To build a community for our users, and they will reward us in return. The support that we have is what makes us believe in ourselves. Of course, we may have learnt many lessons in terms of managing cash flow, business execution, and risk management.
Do you think luck was on your side?
Yes. I'm very lucky.
William, let's get personal. You've been called the Elon Musk of China. You've been called billionaire, brains behind the EV maker NIO. Everyone is asking, who is William Li? What is he like? What do you tell them?
Okay. 所以当然这个
I haven't really thought of that. I started my own business in 1996 when I was still in university. I am one of China's early internet entrepreneurs. NIO is the fourth company I founded. I have always been an entrepreneur. As to how the other people see me, I hope they see William Li as a man who enjoys starting his own business and enjoys innovating. I don't enjoy other things, to be honest.
What drives you? What motivates you? What keeps you going, William?
如果看我的成长的经历，我是从
Looking at my personal experience, I grew up in the mountainous area in central China. When I was in primary 4, about 10 years old, our village had its first public road. When I went to secondary school, we had electricity in the village for the first time. What drives me is the desire to go out and see the world, to push myself to unknown areas. I went to Peking University and majored in sociology. It was a helpful experience as I learned to think of what I can do to make the world a better place.
Success in China often brings about or invites more scrutiny from regulators. Do you worry about a crackdown if you get too successful?
I never have such worries. There are some internet companies in China that, in my view, should take on more social responsibility. Some companies that are already in monopoly positions, they should take on more social responsibilities. I think that the Chinese government is one of those governments that are most supportive of economic development. We have seen Tesla had huge success in China. In fact, for almost all multinational companies in China, if they work hard enough, they have the opportunity to be successful, including companies like Apple, Volkswagen, Toyota, or Microsoft. From my personal experience of starting a new business, I think the Chinese government puts great focus on economic development. I don't see that if I became very successful, I would be faced with constraints. I don't feel that at all.
What do you worry about most, William?
As our user numbers grow, teams get bigger, and real-life scenarios become more complicated. Can the quality of our products and ability to service our customers meet the demand? That's the only thing that we worry about.
And finally, as founder and CEO of NIO, what is your vision for NIO in the next 10, 20 years? How big a player will it be in the global EV market? What is your ambition?
For us, the vision has never changed. We've always wanted to be the #1 brand in terms of user satisfaction in the world. This will always be our vision.
Will NIO evolve into more than just an electric vehicle maker?
We said back in 2015 that NIO is more than a car company. So we never said that NIO is just a car company. We have had other businesses such as NIO Life. Over the past few years, we have sold more than 4 million merchandises. So we are more than just a car company.
So no plans to get into the rocket business and head into space?
No, not so far. I want to make the Earth a better place, and that is one of our focuses.
William, thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Christine.
And that was William Li, founder and CEO of NIO, speaking to us from Shanghai. Hope you've enjoyed the program. Do check us online at managingasia.cnbc.com for more exclusive leadership insights. Until next time, I'm Christine Tan. Thanks for watching.
Live ambitiously.
On Make It, meet a 26-year-old CEO who lives on $25K a year.
You don't need much to survive.
Find out how he does it on CNBCMakeIt.com.
CNBC.com in Spanish is here.
El Dow Jones subió más de 430 puntos.
Market news, personal finance, and money stories that matter en español. Visit CNBC.com/español now.
Don't miss Home Stretch, a CNBC Investing Club members-only audio cast with Jim Cramer and Jeff Marks. Clear, concise action for the final hour of the trading day. Subscribe now at cnbc.com/homestretch.
Why is everyone talking about Navage and nasal irrigation?
I am one who suffers from chronic sinus infection.
You need to clean that crap out of your nose.
Navage is simple. Your nose is the body's air filter, but it's not perfect. Navage is a drug-free way to help flush out allergens, mucus, and germs using powered suction. Join nearly 3 million Navage users so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier.
I love this thing.
It's nice to breathe.
Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Anyone who's ever sold a home will tell you it's really hard. And it's one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. That's why who you work with matters. Together with HomeLight, we take care of every detail.
This is Rachel at Cardholder Services, calling in reference to your current credit card account. There are no problems currently with your account.
Sick of annoying spam calls? RoboKiller eliminates 99% of unwanted calls. Download RoboKiller today.
Good morning, everybody. The bulls are back on Wall Street, pushing stocks higher. Investors are now waiting for fresh earnings this week. That could make or break the ongoing market optimism. Shares of Ford slump as the company cuts the price of its EV pickup truck to boost demand, but Tesla jumps on news that it's finally built its first Cybertruck after multiple delays, paving the way for mass production later this year. Plus, wheat prices spike as Russia says it will not renew the UN-brokered grain deal that allows the safe passage of Ukrainian grain through its ports in the Black Sea, the move putting global food security at risk.
All right, let's take